here to have the really, because it is very important, like Jewish Canadian, to have more community is going to help. More multiculturalism is going to, the wave of freedom is going to go over the seas. Unfortunately, last election, some of the MPs, Libral MPs like Susan Cadiz, like Tim on the Oak Ridge, they lost with 100 votes. And the point is that unfortunately we requested for them to cover, but it looks that they are very confident, and we didn't help them and they lost. They didn't have time to have interview. So, and it looks that the ethnics are very important.
That goes to show we've got to do interviews with you or we lose seats.
No. The point is that 6-7 riding, Iranian has important role to make it, but you know that because we are from third world countries, many people, they don't think that they have to come and vote. At least we can push them.
I don't think of Iran as a third world country.
Politically, I mean that the people, that politically people, they think that everything is set, many of them. But we can have the role that, okay, people have the voice and the vote is very important. You have to come and do your responsibility and be voice of people and vote Liberal. So that's the point. But when they don't want it, what can we do?
No, look, my sense of this is that is very simple. I have enormous respect for the culture and traditions of Iran. When I was very young, my mother said to me already...
Pretty young.
Well, not so young. When I was already very young, my mother said to me, she never went to Iran, but she said, one day you must go to Iran because of the beauty of Islam. So I kept my promise to my mother. But beyond the fact that you come from a great culture, you are also my fellow citizens. The most important thing about the Iranian community is that you're my fellow citizens, and you have an enormous role to play in the building of our country. The entrepreneurs you bring to the country, the learning and science and knowledge and hard work you bring to the country. I don't like appealing to the Iranian community simply as a group like this. I think of you first and foremost as my fellow citizens, and I have obligations to you as an elected official. I have obligations to you to serve you as best I can, to help you as best I can. But as Canadians first, Canadians last, Canadians always.
Yeah, of course, we never forget that your support from John Begley. You were the only leader that you supported him when he was in jail. So we appreciate it. We never forget that one. So you think that can we see the next Prime Minister of Canada to be the footstep of Mjchael Ignatieff, because he is a role model for many ethnics, include Canadian, Iranian. So.
Well, Jean Chrétien was a great leader. I consult with Mr. Chrétien very often. I respect his amazing capacity to make contact with people, his amazing warmth, and I think Iranian Canadians responded very well to that warmth, and I hope I show the same kind of warmth.
Because when we came here, he was there, so that's why.
Yeah.
So because we never forget him. When we get here, the hospitality of Canadian who led us to come here and settle down us, we never forget that, and we owe Canada because of this one.
Good.
The almost last two questions, one of them is the conflict in Middle East has negative impact in Canadian communities.
Sure.
So Conservative has taken side by Harper said that strongly that they're taking side by Israel, but what is your stand on the issue?
My stand is very simple. The Liberal Party has always believed, first of all, that the State of Israel is a permanent feature of the Middle East. Its sovereignty must be respected, and it has a right to defend itself. Then we've said there are no military solutions in the region. The security problems that each people have, the Palestinians and Israelis, cannot be solved by military means. The eventual solution has to be two states living side by side in peace. Canada is already making a contribution to the security of the Palestinians by working with a Fatah organization to build the security forces there. We also have a role in relation to the refugee problem. We also have a role in terms of humanitarian reconstruction and assistance in Gaza in places that were destroyed during the recent military action. But we have to make very clear, unequivocally clear, that the attitude of the current Iranian regime towards the State of Israel is unacceptable. Iran need not love Israel. Iran need not like Israel, but Iran must accept that Israel is a permanent feature of the landscape of the Middle East and has a right to exist in peace and freedom. Equally, just to finish off, the Palestinians have a right to a state. Those are positions that the Liberal Party has taken for 50 years, and I stand by them 100%. And if Iran is willing to accept the existence of Israel in the region, I am sure that we can begin to have better and more productive relations, and Iran can play a productive relationship in the Middle East. But it must begin with recognition of the right of the State of Israel to exist, and then we must move towards a two-state solution.